So I'm currently sat back in the Clio, and me and Hannah today are going to be stripping out the wiring for my flame kit, because I stopped the videos for the blowing up stuff because the car hasn't been running right, and we think we found the issue. I think it's my flame kit. I think all the moisture and stuff from where the car has been sat for so long has caused some wiring faults. So we're going to strip all my old wiring out the car, taking the dashboard apart and redoing things, because 17-year-old me done a lot of twist and taping and not things done properly, and I want to try and redo the wiring properly and hopefully get the car running again. Right, so now I am joined by my helper, and we are going to try and take apart the dashboard and the center console, to try and sort out this right here, which is what used to control my flame kit switch. That blade screwdriver. So that's just yank, just give it like a hard oof. There we go. So should we torque bits, which I've left them out of that one, shock, I haven't put it back in.
Weight
I've
reduction.
got one here, and then I think there are some, I haven't put it in there. I haven't put it in there.
Anything anyway?
I haven't put it in there. So I've left most of them out. There is also no screws there.
You really thought this through. That's great. I think it's been taken out.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
And out.
Do you want it in the garage?
Oh, we've got wipers on. Right, dashboard is off. Now, time to take out all the rest. Ta-da! This was my
microfiber cloth.
Okay, we'll ignore the microfiber cloth. This was my genius invention, where I'll try and find the clip of it. But in here is a LED tag, which I have. I don't know if you can see that, but I've used blue tack to glue in an LED badge behind my original clock screen, and I can program it to say whatever I wanted to.
And what does it say?
So I had it saying Mark II Mikey, I think. But yeah, quite cool. Oh, I just whacked the camera. It says. And this is where all the exposed wiring is going to be. I don't know if you can see all that wiring. All of this spaghetti junction. This is just every time I needed to put something else in, I just added it and never cut out the old stuff. So, while I'm here, I thought I'd explain how the flame kit works. The little switch here is where all the magic happens. When I'd flick it down, the front coil pack would turn off, and when it turned off, it would actually turn on a cord I have in the rear, attached to a spark plug. So I'll show you. So essentially, when it's up, vroom vroom vroom, car still drives. Because if we go to the front, so here I currently have it unplugged, but here I had some wiring. So I have two here trigger wires for my coil, and what I did was I basically bridged into them wiring. So this wire went to that switch, and it would control the power going to the coil pack. So essentially, what would happen is when I flick the switch up, the power is going from the coil pack, from the car to the switch to the coil pack. So the circuit is good and the car is running. But when I flick the switch down, the earth would run to the switch, and rather going back to the car to make the spark plugs run, the earth would go to the back of the car, down here to this coil, into this coil, and then this would power this HT lead with a spark plug in the exhaust, and then essentially what would happen would be spark, fuel. Look at all this just for a cool push start button. Say that again? What are you just doing? Go and read that again. What does it say?
Verwendung des Gasgeneratorsnummer in T-System Meetlufsack in Kraftesung.
So here is the flame kit switch, and you can see the top 4 are the wires that lead my earth triggers back to the car. So 1 earth trigger, 2 earth triggers go into the middle, and then when I flick the switch up, well, technically up that way, the 2 wires would go back to the core to make it run, and when I flick it this way, the earth trigger would go to this 1 wire, which would lead to the back of the car to the spark plug to ignite the fuel. So that is the wiring all redone with new wire. Hopefully this will fix our running issue. And now when I plug this back into the switch, it will run, because I think before all these connections had gone funny and weren't getting a proper connection, which was causing the car to have a random misfire. So what we're going to do, we are going to plug these all in. We are going to neaten up all the wiring, put all the wiring back as it should, put everything back together, and then go test it and see what happens. Wires reconnected, and Hannah is starting on the dashboard put back together. So in a second we'll go take it for a test drive, and we will see if it works. Hopefully we'll get some flamings. That'd be nice. Dashboard is back together-ish, and so let's go for a test drive. So we are out in the Clio and we believe it is working. Let's see if it shoots some flames.